Andy, welcome to Shortlist.com.
Thank you.
You return to our screens as Caesar. Since we've last seen you, you're now the alpha male in an established clan of apes. Now, I've read that when you were working with the other actors playing the apes, you explored the dynamics of the clan in character. What was that like as an experience, and were there any awkward moments of characters establishing dominance over each other?
I don't think there was ever a moment where Caesar's authority was questioned in the improvisations leading up to the shoot. But we did have this period of what we called Ape Camp, and that was really expressly there to find ways of communicating with each other, because obviously there were going to be huge parts of this movie where nothing is said. It's all communicated through either sign language or facial expression. So we did these very, very, where no events were set up, nothing. It was just like what was going to happen in the moment, and that was really thrilling. And we knew what our characters were and the way that the sort of the hierarchy worked, but finding the form of communication was really exciting. And so it sort of basically revolved around everyone had their own ape vocalizations, whether they were gorillas or orangutans or chimpanzees. And then, of course, Caesar had been taught sign language, American Sign Language, but then we had to find a way of simplifying that to make a sort of street slang version that he would have taught to all of the apes. Then there was a combination of gesture and beginnings of human sound, vocalizations, which are sort of prototype. And then there were human words, and later on in the film, of course, Caesar, as he engages more with the humans, begins to speak more. So that was really what we spent our time doing. Mm-hmm. But I don't think anyone ever, during the rehearsal phase, during the Ape Camp, definitely tried to take Caesar on.
Apes! Do not want war! Do not come back.
You've now been involved in a variety of projects that have well-established fan bases. So Lord of the Rings and Apes, King Kong, Godzilla, and now Star Wars. Which of those fan bases have been the most intense to meet and get to know?
I haven't really got to know the Star Wars fans yet, but certainly the Lord of the Rings fans are great supporters and great followers, and the OneRing.net, which is this amazing website, which I'm sure you're aware of. They are avid followers of the films and the books, of course, and so they've been foremost in my mind for a long period of time.
You first came to fame with Gollum, and now Caesar is gaining huge popularity. Do you think that your coming Star Wars character might eclipse these two characters for you? Will it be the new Gollum in your career, so to speak?
I have no idea, and I haven't even revealed what sort of character it is, so I don't even know where it's heading at the moment.
Sure. And in terms of when you, at the moment, sit down as a cast member within the Star Wars group, what's it like meeting with those people? Do you feel the legacy of the Star Wars franchise in the room as you...
Yeah, it's fair. Being at that read-through was extraordinary. I mean, it really was incredible. Seeing all those veteran actors and then the newbies, it was a phenomenal day.
Mm. You've also got the Jungle Book project coming up with Warner Brothers.
That's right.
Now, Disney is also directing a Jungle Book project. Yeah. What is that like, knowing that there's another project in the timeline coming up? Does it make you approach it differently, or...?
No, because they operate in such different spheres. I mean, they're entirely different, I think, as far as I know, in the way that they're approaching the subject matter. I mean, ours is very much for a slightly older audience, a PG-13 audience, very much darker, closer to the original Kipling. It's quite a dark script. So I think there's absolutely room for both movies.
And you've also got Animal Farm on the horizon. When you're looking to cast a farmyard of animals, when you're going through the casting process, are there any awkward moments where you don't want to insult an actor by saying you're going to be ideal as a pig or a cow, or how do you look to go about that?
I think everyone enters into the spirit of it and actually sees what we're trying to do, and we have actually cast some of Animal Farm, and we've got some great people involved in it. we're still working on the script, which is why it's now been superseded by Jungle Book. But in a way, we started working on that well before. We started working on that kind of a year and a half ago, building up the methodology. But no, I don't think anybody's been offended. We've met some pretty high-profile actors for these roles, and everyone's really up for it.
Good stuff. Andy, thank you ever so much for talking to us. Say all the best with the film.
Thank you.